All right, so this is more of a personal update, and this is a personal update that also includes something that I've been fussing at a number of you about over the past few weeks or the past few months, and that is time off from dieting. No, not time off from fitness, not time off from your health, but time off from being in a calorie deficit. All right, your body is not a machine. Your body has rules and regulations that say your body needs a certain amount of energy to perform its functions. And if you have been underfueling your body for long enough, it will fight you back on performing its functions. For example, has your family told you lately that you've been a little snappier than usual? Are you getting more tired at 1 o'clock instead of the usual 3 o'clock slump? Is your sleep getting interrupted? Are you finding yourself waking up a little bit earlier, or when you wake up, you don't have that bounce in your step? You're not as recovered as you typically are. Are you more sore for longer after your training, right? Where you could have taken, a day off in between sessions and be ready to go again. Do you now need 4 days or 5 days in between sessions? Are you noticing that you don't have any libido or sex drive and your partner mad at you? All of these things are things that we'll talk about in our one-on-one sessions, but are also things that are indicators that you have been in a calorie deficit for too long. Those are the physiological, your body's indicators that you have been underfueling your body for too long. Now, this doesn't have to have been a strategic calorie deficit. This could have just been, I've been under so much stress and I just don't feel hungry, so I don't eat. You might still have been in a calorie deficit. This could also be, I got a surgery or I've been on medication. It's been messing with my appetite and I've been under eating, and therefore your body is giving you physiological warning signs that something needs to change. But outside of that, if you have been in a calorie deficit, for example, we've been working together and you have been in a calorie deficit to try to induce fat loss, right, for however long, and you are fatigued of being in a calorie deficit, right? And this is subjective, okay? Because to a certain degree, this stuff is boring, it's mundane, it's frustrating, it takes a long time. And so emotionally, this is definitely an emotional process, right? But you are just beyond the get by, right? Beyond the just push through, right? You are beyond that in terms of fatigue. You might have been one of my number one trackers in the app. You might have been the type of person who's getting all of your workouts done. But lately, you've been avoiding tracking your food. You haven't made it to your workouts. Even walking feels like a task or a chore. And you sense that you need some time off, okay? It might be time for you to take a break from losing weight and being in a calorie deficit to give your body some time to live at maintenance calories, not weight gain calories, not, I'm going to lose everything. No, maintenance calories just gives your body an opportunity to restore its hormonal balance, its physiological functions for a week or two. You literally only need a week or two, just depending on how long it's been, right? So for some of us, if we've lost a significant amount of weight, for example, if we've lost, 20% of our body weight, we might need a little bit longer, maybe a month or two, right? But for most of us, if you've lost somewhere around 10% of your body weight, it might be worth evaluating the psychological and physiological indicators that are telling you that you've been in a calorie deficit for long enough, and it might be time to take a break from trying to lose weight. Okay, so we've set this foundation here. That's shared. I started my fat loss journey with you all in January. And so far I'm down 13 pounds from January. With that, I've reached almost the 10% mark, which all of us will meet, which is the physiological indicator, where physiological indicators start to tell you that it's time to pull back. This is just programmed into your body, right? Around 10% lost, around 10% of your body weight lost, your body is going to tell you, hey, I need a little bit of a rest, because you're not a machine, okay? So I've hit that about 10% marker. I have maybe 2 more pounds to go before I've hit 10% on the head, okay? That being shared, I am going to be taking some forced time out of losing weight, out of being in a calorie deficit, to return to maintenance, to restore my physiological and psychological willpower and ability to make it through the second half of my fat loss phase. I am going to be taking a break so that I can make it through the second half of my fat loss phase. And here are the indicators that have told me that it's time for me to take a break. 1, I just chugged the Celsius, and you might be on the other side of this phone like, oh, she has a lot of energy. I don't. I really don't. Nope. I just chugged the Celsius, and it feels like I had a green tea. I mean, the caffeine is not doing what it used to do. I am under increasing fatigue. I am more tired than I typically am, and I'm more tired more regularly, and I'm more tired sooner in the day. Okay, so I know that it might be time for me to consider doing something a little bit different because I'm more tired more regularly, and I'm more tired sooner, and I'm finding myself needing more caffeine to get through the day. Okay. 2, for about the 3rd night in a row, my sleep has been poor quality, my sleep has been broken, or I have seen like 4:30 in the morning for a few times, and that's abnormal for me, right? Like, I'm not a morning person, not an early morning person, right? So seeing myself wake up somewhere around like 4:30 in the morning is truly abnormal for me. So I am going to need to evaluate the situation here. Next, this week, I have had cravings more significant than I've had since I started this in January, right? So a little bit of hunger is normal. We've talked about that before. But cravings, I don't get cravings because I'm on a flexible diet plan. This week, my cravings went through the roof. I'm thinking about food. I'm talking about food. I'm thinking about peanut butter. And like, I'm just getting too excited about food. So I need to give myself an opportunity to just restore the hormonal functions, leptin and ghrelin and cortisol, and all of these hormonal functions that require maintenance calories to run appropriately. Okay. So then I need to do that. And then my birthday's coming up next week, April 19th. April 19th, I'll be 21 again. Woo! April 19th, I'm going to be 21 again. And I'm excited about my birthday, but I'm also traveling next week. So next week is going to be a great opportunity for me to take this diet break, this maintenance break. I am going to take next Monday, the 14th of April, through April 21st to celebrate my birthday and to travel and to eat at maintenance calories. Currently, my calories are somewhere in between like 1580 and like 1680. So somewhere in that range, like 1700. I am going to take next week to eat at my maintenance calories, which are somewhere around like 2100. Okay. I'm just going to eat a little bit more to restore my body's functions. And then after that week, I'm coming right back to this so I can finish this. It's only a week. But this is why we need to have conversations that say, hey, how have you been sleeping? How are your cravings? How is your weight changing? Right? Like, how are you feeling? We need to have conversations about how your work is going and how your mindset is. And we need to give this a due diligence so that we can find the opportunities to go in and pull back and go in and pull back. And that's what this is. It's not yo-yo dieting, right? It's the body's scientific, physiological, psychological approach to change. And we can't change everything at once, and we can't change everything all at once. We have to take breaks when we're changing. It's like driving from DC to Houston. God, I wish I could drive in one sweep, but I have to take stops, pit stops along the way. And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay. So I've gotten halfway through this year's fat loss attempt. Next week, I'm going to take a break for traveling for my birthday. It falls perfectly to eat at maintenance calories. I'm still going to train. I'm still going to walk. I'm going to eat at maintenance calories to give my physiology an opportunity to reset. And then when I get back from my travel, I'm right back into what I've been doing. But this time I'm back into what I've been doing with better hormonal response, better sleep, better strength, better recovery, and better psychological ability to make it through the next half, because I still got another half to go. Okay. So that being shared, I just wanted you all to kind of hear me talk about my personal journey, to hear me talk about why we need these diet breaks, why we need these opportunities for the body to like recover. We have to give the body an opportunity to recover. And if you're sensing like, I don't know if this is where I am, let's talk about it. Okay. Let's figure out if you're due for a diet break, right? Not a fitness break, a calorie deficit break, a diet break. I understand we don't want to take a week or two off because, it's a week or two. I'm not going to be making progress. No, you're not going to be making progress on the scale, but you're going to be making progress that invests long term because you'll be able to continue showing up. If you don't take a break, right? If I don't take a break right now, this has literally happened to me. If I don't take a break right now, my gums will start bleeding. I'll lose my cycle. I won't sleep, right? I won't be able to train. I will be a complete butthole to everybody I care about. I won't be able to show up to you all with good fidelity. I won't be able to make my content, right? Like I won't be able to keep producing and keep creating. So I need this so that I can restore my energy, restore my hormones, and get back to a place where I can go back in and go back in strong. That's what we need. Okay. So it's been about 4 months in like a wiggly calorie deficit, right? Like a light one. I've been traveling, so things have been happening, and sometimes I've had like maintenance days, sometimes been in a deficit. I've had the longest deficit streak truly over the past like 2 weeks since I've been home, just traveling a lot this year. And so with that, it's time to take a little break, and after the break is over, we go right back in. Nothing's changing. Okay, so wanted to share that with you all. I hope you all are doing well, having a good weekend. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's talk about this stuff as we're connecting, especially if you've been at this for a long time. Do not fight against your body for the sake of better progress. That's not how this works. You have to take a break in order to make better progress. All right? Talk to you soon.